And we're live. So I'm here at the Grifton historic area. Hey, I'm over here, Gimbal. There, you found me. I'm here at the Grifton historic area. Just out here past the fence, that's where the ferry and the steam donkey was located. And over here we've got a replica of a dugout canoe. So welcome to the Contentnea Indian Village. This is a reconstructed, scaled down version of a 1600 to 1700 Indian village in this area. These villages were occupied by the Tuscarora Indians who lived along the Neuse, Contentnea, Tar, Pamlico, Roanoke rivers and creeks. So what happened to the Tuscarora? Governor Edward Hyde called out the North Carolina militia and secured the assistance of South Carolina, which provided 600 militia and 300 allied Native Americans under Colonel Barnwell. In 1712, this force attacked the southern Tuscarora and other nations in Craven County at Fort Neoheroka. It's now Greene County, but it was Craven County then. On the banks of the Neuse River, the Tuscarora were defeated with a great slaughter. More than 300 were killed, and more than 100 were made prisoner. The governor offered Chief Blount leadership of the entire Tuscarora Nation if he would assist in defeating Chief Hancock. Blount succeeded in capturing Hancock, who was tried and executed by North Carolina. In 1713, the southern Tuscaroras were defeated at their fort, Neoheroka, and there's some alternate spellings of that, with 900 killed or captured in battle. After the defeat in the Battle of 1713, about 1,500 Tuscarora fled to New York and joined the Iroquois Confederacy, while as many as 1,500 additional Tuscarora sought refuge in the colony of Virginia. And folks, that took place right here. The village of Contentnea was built right here in this area. We don't know the exact location where the village was. Some people have discussed it, but we don't know the exact location. So I'm going to take you on a little walk here. I'm going to walk past the old dugout canoe. I'm going to walk down here to the creek bank. Just stay with me. I tried to record this the other day, and I was smart. I forgot to turn on my microphone. So we're going to try it again. I know the microphone's working this time. So we're going to try it again. In the other video I filmed just a few minutes ago, I was right over there. If you'll look, the bank on the other side has a clear white spot where there used to be traffic. I got a yellow fly. What I'm standing in front of here, this was the location where the ferry's steam donkey was anchored. Originally, the ferry was pulled by hand, and then they got a steam engine, and they permanently mounted it here. And a rope or chain stretched across the creek, and that was used to pull the barge back and forth, and that's how the ferry operated. This is the foundation of another building that's set next door. I don't know if it was an office building or something that the operator could get out of the weather. We don't know. We only know that the foundation's here. I'm going to walk over here. I took this video the other day. I was talking about the different food that's available right here on the Contentnea Creek. The creek's full of fish, but right here on the bank are growing wild grapevines. The area is full of wild grapes, wild berries of all kinds, blackberries, blueberries. There's something to eat here. food sources were plentiful. So I'm going to walk out here into this little area. I turned my gimbal off. It's still trying to follow me. Grifton's built this little shelter, if you will. Things like this were used to cure meat. You build a little fire underneath it, hang the meat up there. You could also use it as a shelter. You could put skins across the top. While you're drying the skins, you had some shade. And they built a little campfire. Used to have a replica Indian house in here, but it was abused, and I think it caught fire and burned down. So here is a map of what the Carolinas looked like back then. I find it interesting that in the 1700s that North Carolina had to send to South Carolina for help. And the help that they received was mostly allied Native American forces that came to fight the Tuscarora. The Tuscarora were a formidable people. They weren't living in teepees, they were living in towns. I stopped short of calling them cities, but they were living in villages and towns. Contentnea was a sizable settlement, a sizable Indian settlement. So this pile of rock here, it's full of shark's teeth and all kinds of fossils. And this was dug out of the ground here in eastern North Carolina. Just a little something that's here. The Grifton Museum and the John Lawson display is right across the road here. This is museum property I'm on, and I'm here with permission. The sign says keep out, don't go in there without museum staff, but I actually have permission of museum staff to be here. So for those of y'all that like to talk about trespassing all the time, I'm not trespassing. So I hope you enjoyed this little look into Contentnea and the original Indian village that stood here and the ferry. You guys take care. Thanks for watching. Now, if I could figure out how to turn it off.